Well, I would just introduce the fact that our Tesla sits in our garage, squeezes in actually. I remember taking a Model S for a test drive and parking it here, and it fit through my garage door with lots of room. Then I was surprised that when I brought the Model X home that it was a tight squeeze, about 1.5 inches on each side. And I thought, what happened? Here I'm working on a whitewater pinball, and I have been collecting pieces to do a rebuild in it with LED lights, and there's a guy about maybe 6 years ago that made a little mountain that fits inside the pinball machine, but hard to find. And so after about a year of searching, I'm going to say, I was able to acquire one. So I have one or two more little pieces to go. Then all those pieces on top of that pinball machine I'll go ahead and install. And I've got a kayak up here that is all electric, foot operated, home built, and it works off of a LiPo battery, and I can actually get 100 miles. It would take 24 hours to burn it all off, but I use that when I sail a RC boat that allows me to actually be with the boat while I sail it. And then I have a Model T here that I've driven across the country both ways. One from Lancaster, California to Detroit back in 2003 for the Henry Ford Centennial Birthday Party, and then in 2008 we shipped these by containers over to Baltimore, and then drove them all the way over to Illinois and down old Route 66. It takes a month each way to do that trip, but a lot of fun. I just thought I'd show you the boat. It's about 11 feet long to the end of that rag. It's no motors. It's you literally sail it. It's a square rigger. It's the HMS Surprise, like Crow, Master and Commander, or whatever the movie that he did. This has got black powder cannons, and pretty much has a YouTube channel all to itself. I might put that in the link to give you an idea what that looks like when it's sailing. And I have a friend or two that have some real nice cars, and they keep them in what we call the bat cave. And for me, this isn't my bat cave, but more my bat shack. I can go in here and work on some projects. Right now I've got my favorite cars up here, even with the Tesla chargers back there. This is probably one of the smallest working motors I've ever been able to collect. It works off compressed air. This is its bigger brother. It's a 5-cylinder. Some Model X's. And because I'm a Model T fan, I've got a few up there. These are some models that I plan on finishing building one of these days. But I wanted to point out that I have some Tesla event passes. These were both for the Model X. There was, like the Model 3, there were two events. There was one where you could see where Elon came out and introduced it, and then we had our opportunity to go for a test ride. I think there was a number on the back of these. Yeah, so we were 614 to go out for a ride, and there's that little punch hole that they put in. And then this was a Meet the Model X event that happened a little bit later, where we were invited to just literally get in and crawl around and look at them and ask all the questions in the world. But you know, we already knew that the money was down. We were going to get ours eventually. So yeah, just my little hangout place. Got some more models back here in the shack. But I just thought I'd point out that my wife and I each, took our badges home, and I would like to add to this. I would hopefully find one day a Model S badge to put into this, and I would certainly like to get a Model 3 badge to add to this. Why? No reason. Just if I had the opportunity to collect a few, it would eventually maybe end up in a picture frame with those in there. I even have a Model S, or a fast charger, supercharger to charge my phone. So let me show one other thing. You get to the point where if you work with models, after a while you want to put lights in them. So this has got that going. Let me pull this off. I believe it's even got a computer screen inside. Yeah. So let's see here. Open up the door. Yeah. I don't know. Might find that interesting. And that's it. That's just a quick tour of who I am as far as some of the things that I'm doing and collecting. So, hope you found it interesting.